Wolfclock Productions, Wolfclock here, and today I want to show you folks something interesting that we've been taking a look into recently. So, as you may or may not have already known, a Tyler McVicker video came out recently showcasing something quite interesting that was recently discovered. Well, not recently per se, but it only went public recently. And that is that we are able to actually look into VPK files and extract deleted and modified files from them. The reason for this is because when Valve makes VPK files, it doesn't make any sense to remake the entire file just for one or two small changes. So they just add on to the end of the file and then tell the directory to look for those instead. Meaning that in some of these VPKs, we have buttloads of older and modified and sometimes even deleted files. And right now, I would like to take a look at a couple that we've discovered today. These are from Portal 2 specifically, and they are mostly pertaining to the different cosmetics that the bots had. So without further ado, let's take a look, and we will be comparing things. So for starters, this is the Spies Fedora, which is how it looks normally. It does look a little bit crusty, but I believe that's actually how it looks in the game. But as it turns out, there were actually earlier versions of these in the game's files. So as you can see, we have the red and blue ones, and they're both white with slightly different colored stripes here. The stripes have a specular mask, which is used in the material itself as well. So I tried to emulate that as best as I could in Blender. I think it looks fine. But as you can see here, I only showed one of the two textures because the other one's just, blue. But we can get a good comparison shot of the textures themselves. Next up, we have the Box Beret. And now this one's actually pretty interesting because we have two different variations of it. So to start things off, this is how the Box Beret looks in the final game. As you can see, it's red, and it's got all these different bits here on the texture, which are overlapping parts to help out with the UVs. Right here, on the other hand, we have the early brown Box Beret. And as you can see, the UVs aren't actually one-to-one anymore, even though, and when we look at this, we have pictures of it for the backpack. So this is how the brown Box Beret originally looked. This is how it looks now. There are a couple of spots that are messed up. And you'll also notice that there's specularity on them. This isn't in the material, but it is in the texture's alpha channel, so I went ahead and applied those. They look kind of strange, though, so I don't know. And finally, we have this very interesting piece. This is a version of the Box Beret that we didn't even know about, unlike the brown one. It is a yellow Box Beret, and as you can see, it is using even more of the space on the UVs as compared to the red one here. Get a nice look around on it, look underneath. Same with all the other ones. These guys aren't quite as interesting. Nothing really underneath to see. But yeah, I thought that this would be quite an interesting thing to look into. I look forward to delving more into Valve's various games and seeing what it was that they've changed or deleted over the years. But as things stand, I have been Wolfclock, and thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next video, whenever it may be.